thank you to all my patrons. You guys are awesome. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. What do I normally say when we start these? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. My name is John, aka Big Bad Biologist, and today we got a lot of stuff to do. Oh my God, we got so much stuff to do. Have we ever had a Big Bad Bench episode where the bench was actually clean when we started? We got a giant mess. So the goal is to get our POOsi. Thank you. I think it was Gut Bomb that came up with that name for this. We got to get our POOsi working, and before we have fixed the logic board, and we are on to the power supply. And if you've ever worked on or thought of working on a 2SI, you gotta know that your power supply and your battery are your two main issues with the 2SI. And these are caps from the power supply, and they are absolutely atrocious, and they caused all kinds of leakage. And if you look here, you can see how etched the metal was from all of the corrosion. So this thing was pretty nasty. Our logic board was nasty. Let's remind you what the POOsi looked like and why we call it the POOsi. It was brown. I've never seen a yellowed computer so brown. And so that's what we were dealing with here. Let's look at some other pictures. Oh, there's the power supply. Oh God, I'm getting feelings just from looking at that. Ugh, look at that. Oh, that's nasty. Let me say hi to folks in the chat while I scroll through this mess. Wow, lots of folks. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Dave's Vintage Apple Tech, David Starbuck, Hardware Hacker, All Things DG, Lazy Blue Goat, Garth Beagle, Jamie's Hack Shack, Gut Bomb, Ian Scott, Mac 84, Josh, hello. Who needs to desolder when you have a drill? Good. I like it. Bacchus is here. Hello. Socket Wench is here. Clean benches are for the week. I love it, Socket Wench. That is excellent. I love it. And yes, Steve says, ew, 2SI power supplies. Oh, I forgot to scroll. We got to keep scrolling. Oh, that's not scrolling. That's going sideways. There we go. There's another view. Look at that. Look at that. All right, look at that. There's our coloration. There's our color reference. The lines that were on that thing. This little board. This is going to be our issue today. So these little daughter boards for the power supplies are really gross. Our logic board had some corrosion. It went around the CPU, so there would have been a leaky battery here. You can see where the battery was. So this chip got a little bit. The CPU got a bunch. The ROMs got a little bit. So we cleaned all that up. Yeah, we recapped it. Oh yeah, there's some grossness over here. Look at that. That's lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. This is a picture from Dave. So Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. This is when I got this computer at VCF Midwest. Look at how happy I was. Look at how brown it is. Look at how brown it was. So thank you, Dave, for this shot, and for mentioning me in your video. So that's. Oh, I knew, Bacchus. I can kind of peek in there. I saw some corrosion. All right, so are we all ready to see? He's a happy guy. Are we ready to see what this thing looks like now? What the case looks like now? Because I have not shown you the case. We gotta go back. Look at it. Look at it. Look at how brown. Look at how brown. All right, let's go. Let's go and see what it looks like now. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Look at this. Look at how well that came out. I can't believe it. I cannot believe how well this case came out. If you look closely, you can kind of see that line. There's like a line that went around the top of the case. Let's go back to this. See how you can see a line in the case? If you look real close, you can still see that line. But yeah, this cleaned up real nice. So the first thing we got to do is, I forgot that we had a broken tab. So let's get that. We got screws soaking in DEUCEsi. These are power supply and other screws that were all corroded and nasty. Okay, so let's pop this off. This IIsi was another one. We worked on 2 last week. This one, I forgot I had a spare IIsi power supply that I'd recapped before. This is now a fully functional, happy Macintosh IIsi. So that's cool. All right, so we got this guy. These are one of the little dealies that hold the logic board in place. So what we gotta do is we gotta come over here. Gotta get our little syringe. Thank you for all the nice jobs. Yeah, I'm really stoked with how this thing came out. And a little surprised considering how brown it was. So we're gonna take this. This is acetone with a little syringe. One other note, well, I'll show you in a second, but I didn't take the back metal off. I forgot to do that, and it didn't rust. So apparently, if those things are not very rusty to begin with, they don't rust when you put them in your retrobrighting. And so when I retrobright, I always do the soaking method. I will do some brush on stuff if it looks like a particular spot needs a little bit. But generally everything I do is soaking. So what I just did there, I just put the acetone on both the part and the spot on the case where it goes. I'm just gonna wiggle it just a little skosh to encourage it to sit down. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave that for a while, and we'll start working on the power supplies. That should solidify up nicely. Where are we gonna set this? We're gonna set you down over here. Okay, you stay there, and that's safe. Okay, so why do we need to use the drill to fix the power supply? Oh yeah, here's another cap that was in there. Look at how disgusting that was. And so they leak down, they go through the power connector, they go on the logic board, they make a giant mess. So these, the primary caps, right? So we always have to have primary caps on our switch mode power supplies. 220 microfarad, 250 volt. And so they're regular through hole caps. Normally they are going to be snap in, and I wasn't thinking, and so I just ordered snap in caps. And so if you look here on this power supply, the spacing is wrong. The spacing is very wrong, and the holes are too small. So we're gonna do a little engineering here, or de-engineering. I don't know. It's not good. Whatever's gonna happen, it's not good. So we are gonna drill these out. This thing was totally corroded. Look at all, this is all the solder mask that I took off. You're supposed to have solder mask on the bottom of these things. So all this solder mask came off when I was working on it. So we're gonna add an extra hole. Jamie's Hack Shack likes it. He likes it. We're gonna make people cringe with this one, I'm sure. Okay, so the first issue is that the actual holes are too small. This is about as janky as it gets, Starbuck. David Starbuck, yes. Oh, both the Starbucks are in with the jank. All right. So what we got to do is find a drill. And Garth says, what could go wrong? Nothing could go wrong. This is perfect. That one's a little too big. We don't want it to be that big. About this guy. Oh, that's a nice one. All right, that's good. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? As I always say here at the Big Bad Bench, among other things, do not do what you see me do here. A drill bit could break off in the hole, but these PCBs are so small that it should not. Do not do anything that you see me do here on the Big Bad Bench. I am an idiot, and things are bad. And see how I'm drilling like this? Don't drill like that. Why would you drill like that? That's not how to drill. There you go. That worked great. That's a hole now, a much bigger hole. That one might be a bit excessive. Oh, we got flying caps. We got shards of metal. We got shards of metal and flying caps. That's a little big. That's a little bit big. That's okay. It'll be okay. So we're going to use this cap to sort of figure out where our hole needs to be there, right? Wear your goggles and safety gloves. Exactly. Do not do anything that you see me do here. Why would you do that? Why? I'm going to use a slightly solid. Oh, Sloopy Malibu. I don't wish recapping POOsi power supplies on anyone. And Garth says, make sure to put the cap on the other side. That is smart, Garth. That is real smart. Okay, so now we know where the diameter is supposed to go. Oh, don't drill into your Big Bad Bench. That's bad. Okay. Hey, it's Tech Night. Have you ever done this Tech Night? There you go. Okay. Perfect. Look at how perfect it fits in there. Those of you that doubted me. Oh, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one that has ordered the wrong caps and had to drill their primary caps. Okay. Now what do we got to do? This one might be a little tighter because we got a little guy over here. We don't want to disrupt that guy too much. We might have to drill two over here. Well, probably not ideal that we're dumping extra heat into the caps, but one of the good things I did was that these are 105-degree caps instead of 80-degree. So I think the originals were 85-degree caps. So here we're gonna do this one slightly over here. Oh yeah, that's great. That's looking good. All right. So these little controller boards that get all screwed up, who did it? Doug Brown just re-engineered these. I forgot I was gonna get that site ready to show people. All right, the other thing we got to do here. Yeah, that wouldn't work because these things are kind of riveted in. You can't. So Josh says just sand them down. They're just in the wrong spots. One thing we got to do here is clear out a little extra solder mask so that these guys will get soldered in properly. This is quality. So it wasn't in the video description originally, but also I picked up a couple of Mac Classics this week. So I'd like to pop those open today and see how bad they look on the inside. It's always exciting to pop open a Classic and look how terrifying the insides of a Classic are. Whether we're dealing with battery bombs or just straight up leaky caps. Scrapey scrape, scrapey scrape. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be perfect. Hey, it's IA0386SX. Did I miss saying hi to you earlier? And who else did I miss saying hi to? I see Sloopy. And it's Eric's Edge. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Yes, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that would be super swell. Rudy's Retro Intel's here. Hello, Rudy. Yeah, Eric recently picked up a Mac 1, Eric's Edge, recently picked up a Mac 128K that looks like it was upgraded to a 512K at some point. Come on, Cap. You know you want to get in there. We're too close. I gotta clear out some more solder mask over here. I thought we were gonna have to do 2 of these. We're only gonna need to do 1 since I found a spare. So we can set that one aside. Clean off some of the stuff that's on the big bed bench. The other thing I'd like to do is get a floppy drive working for this one today. We also, I don't know if my voice is gonna hold out because my partner got sick at VCF Midwest, and initially I didn't really feel much of anything, but the last couple days my lungs have really started to hurt, so I think I picked up whatever she has. Oh yeah, I made that one a little too far out. Hello, Steve Zundert. Welcome. We're gonna scunch this one out a little bit. Scunch this one out a little bit. That's good. That's good. Tech Knight says use a hammer. If Tech Knight's saying that, you know it's got to be good advice, because nobody fixes electronics better than Tech Knight. All right, there we go. They're up in there nicely. Gonna need some big solder for this job. This is gonna work great. This is gonna be so good. Oh yeah. We're gonna have to make sure to really glob that on there. Oh, that's nice. That is quality. If this is your first time tuning into the Big Bad Bench, we don't always do things this poorly. Yeah, sometimes we use enameled wire to fix stuff. Sometimes we make things work. Globbing it on there. Saying my soldering iron is adorable. This is a Weller, shoot, I forget what my soldering station is. It's like a WT2 or something along those lines. This is a micro pen for that particular soldering station. It theoretically also has hot tweezers, but they seem to be broken right now. Or I screwed something up. One or the other. The hot tweezers are why I bought it. I would not recommend that particular soldering iron for most people. It was way too much money, and I don't think the value's there. Okay. All right. Let's see. What am I missing? Eric mentions being sick before VCF Midwest. Look at this. This is the floppy drive from this guy. This was bad. Additional evidence to how corroded this thing was. Fan. All right, so let's go under the microscope real quick and let me show you these. This is the next thing we gotta fix before we put these power supplies back or this power supply back together. Boop, 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 boop. Microscope. Nope. Where'd it go? There we go. Where are we at? Okay, these little daughter board dealies. They get very corroded. I left the caps on this one so you can see what a mess it is. There's a component here. I don't know if that's supposed to be there or not. It looks like on both of them that it fell off. I can see this thing definitely fell off. See that guy? That fell off. That's gone. This one is also missing this guy. That's gone. So I want to pop the other power supply open real quick and just make sure that this isn't supposed to be there. All right, so let's go back here. Let's zoom out a skosh. Okay. And I don't know what it is about IIsi power or fans, but these wind up being the most disgusting fans. Oh, Technite says it's supposed to be empty. All right, that's huge. That saves us a bunch of effort. Okay, I'm gonna listen to Technite because he's smarter than me. So if that's supposed to be empty, then all we have to do is throw caps back onto the little daughter board, and we should be good to go. All right, so we need a 33 microfarad, 25 volt. There we go. So that guy right there. And so the solder mask on these things comes off very easily. And this is actually one thing I did before stream is I added a little solder mask here because my UV light is not great, and it takes a long time to cure my solder mask. So I did that before stream. So sorry about doing something off stream. The little reset management IC goes bad, the SOT 89, so that's this one. Why does it feel like nothing is going in focus today? That one. Okay. All right, let's toss a cap here. Let's see what happens. Okay. This side's good. Let's do this side. Oh. I think I want to retouch some of these while we're in here. All the things that, all the places where the solder mask comes off, I try to flow solder over most of it so that it won't corrode again. You could recoat it with solder masks, but this isn't something that's likely to short out on things, so I just coat it with solder, and that should be good enough. All right. Let's see. Oh, where's Gut Bomb? Is he saying the line? No. Okay. Yes, Tech Knight was very sick. Glad he got to the hospital in time. Oof. Oof. That's ugly. That's real ugly. We'll do a little scraping. Get some of that corroded solder off the top. All right. Yeah, these things are pretty disgusting. I think I want some dental tools to really up the effect. I'm gonna make the noise. May as well have the things that look like it. That was also part of my week this week. I had to go to the dentist. Just a regular checkup, but still. Going to the dentist gives me a migraine. That's better. See what happens? You get a little scrape off your badness, add a little flux. Let's coat that trace a little bit. Get on there. There we go. Just want to make sure that we're coating that trace. Oh, it still smells. This thing did go through the ultrasonic bath. There we go. All right, one more cap on this one, and then we should be good to go. Questionable traces. Oh, these traces look glorious. What are you talking about? So we need 100 microfarads, 6.3. We got some of them. We got those. It's like the cap store over here. 100 microfarads, 6.3 volts. Let's use one of these guys. Get it. All right, so there's a tamp, so we're going straight towards, oh, sorry that the glares, I really gotta get an anti-glare light for y'all. Exactly, hardware hacker. Nothing ever is questionable on these streams. Everything is perfect, done to the textbook. Oh, if I could just solder like a human being, we'd be all set. Good. I think I'm going to add a little bit of solder to these joints. Beautiful. Beautiful. Or, well, definitely not beautiful, but better. Definitely better. We don't need things to be good. We just need them better. There we go. This is perfect. Crusty, crusty. You love when they just pop right off the board like that, and all the oozes coming out of the underneath. You know that oozes. That's good for electrical stuff. Electrical ooze. All right, let's check to make sure we're not shorting things out. Let's do some beat mode. Make sure we're shorting the things that are supposed to be shorted. That's good. That's good. That's one thing. We don't want that one. That's good. And that is just a bridge. That should go over to there. Oh yeah. We are in good shape here. All right. Time to throw this guy back together. Let's go back to here. Okay. Oh, we got to put it on. Look at this. Look at how happy those two guys are in there. They're very cuddly. Oh, shoot. Nope, that's not the... Oh, I used it. I put caps in the wrong one. Oh, this is the one that I mostly recapped. This also is very ugly down here. That's why I was confused. This one's pretty much all recapped. Damn. Sorry. Oh, golly. All right. I think it'll be faster if we drill holes in here again. Sorry, folks. We're going to have to drill more holes. Gosh darn it. sure that's in there. Okay. Just did one. Hardware hacker asks if anyone's going to be at the VCF East swap meet. I know I will not be. It's a nice little event though. If you happen to be local, highly recommend checking that out. I would imagine Steve's likely to be there. Don't know. You gonna have a table, Steve? Okay. All right. Sorry, folks. Got to do some drilling. Blah. Darn it. You're so close. Hey, Chris Jackson. Hello. Steve doesn't have the patience for a table. Are you kidding me? I guess when there's too much to see, it does. It's very exciting. All right. I think for this one we're gonna slightly shift that down from where it was, or maybe what we'll do. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna make this one a little bigger. We're learning as we go here, so this one should be a little faster. This should be way faster. Pop you down in there. That's where you belong, and now we'll use this to scratch the PCB there. That's where we want that one to go. The thing about doing the drilling on the other side is you can actually see where the traces go. This side we're drilling blindly. Okay, did we do it right? Ploop. Right on in there. That's happy. That's a happy cappy. Oh God, that was terrible. Take away my YouTube. That's it. That's the worst thing I've ever said on YouTube. I'm done. I think on this one, I'll drill out this side. Put you there. Scrape, scrape. All right, have a good day, hardware hacker. Again, gotta get rid of some solder mask. So I think when we plug this in, or when we apply power to it, I'm gonna leave the lid off, because if this explodes, we definitely want to see that. I learned from last week's stream that you want to make sure when explosions happen that they stay in camera view. I totally missed an exploding tant on a stream last week. That would have been good to get on camera. It scared the poo out of me. Not literally this time. All right, take two. Hey, Rodville. Yeah, that was part of my week. Last week I had to take my dog in for dental work. This week I took my cat in for dental work, and then he wound up getting kind of sick, so we had to go back to the vet again for him. That was not fun. All right, I think we're good. Let's flow them on there. These are pretty big. This is one of the reasons this is not the right soldering iron for this job. If you happen to still be around socket wench, you want something with much more thermal mass, but this is the biggest tip I have for these. One of the reasons I don't recommend this iron is that the tips are like $45 each. I think the base station was like $800 or something like that, and these little, just the tips are like $45, and so it's just, you got to be really careful about what things you buy. So when you're doing things with big, obvious ground planes like this, it's a good idea to have much more thermal mass on your iron than what I currently have here. Okay, let's take that little tip off there, that little guy off of there, and that little guy off of there, and that little guy off of there. Okay, that all is good. There was a lot of corrosion in here that I cleaned up. I also tried something new. I clear coated this with matte clear, and that's something I haven't ever done before. Normally when I paint stuff, I paint it with something. This is just a matte clear. I thought it might be something to try. Kind of like how it looks. You can still see where all the corrosion was. Chungus iron died, gut bomb. Yeah, I'm Chungus ironless right now. So these guys are always fun to put back together because of a lot of reasons. There's things that you have to think about. Oh, there we go. See this little guy dangling about. So the first thing we got to do is screw this down. So we have 3 screws. And what do we got for these 3 screws? I think it's this one, and this one. Yeah, you can tell because this one was really corroded. I cleaned that off with a wire wheel. That's the one that goes down here. And then this guy over here. Yeah, Chunga's iron was only about 40 some years old. It was a Weller from, I think, like 1980 something-ish. I still have it sitting here. I think the transformers on them eventually die. I think that's the issue. Okay, now what do we got? So, oh, I forgot to put, you got to put some thermal goo in here. What do we got for thermal goo? Come here, thermal goo. Got some. So we got whatever that is. I don't know if that's a MOSFET or a diode, whatever it is. You just want to squirt some junk in there behind it. We're going to make a big mess. That's okay. It doesn't matter. And then we got this guy. I think one of these, yeah, I think that goes like that. There's this little nub here that goes into the hole. This thing was also very corroded. I hit that with the wire wheel. See how that fits in that little nub tab A, slot B kind of thing. And then we take that, run that through there. Okay, that's that one. Then we got this one. This has to go through here for this guy. There should be a nut around here. Okay. Make sure that's there. Make sure that's there. Uh-oh. Does this need to go on first? No. Okay. Oh, see, I did this. You don't actually have to take this off your little ground dealy. You don't need to do that. That on there. Put that down in there like that. We should have another screw that has a lock nut, a lock washer on it. How's my voice holding up? Do I sound awful? Okay. All right. That's all the bits. I like that they put a drain hole in your power supply because they knew that the caps were going to leak so bad. They put a drain hole there. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is grab some electricity. And my electricity has a switch, so we can plug this in. Okay. And I can stand way back here and hit this and say, and so if my electric goes away, I'll try to be back. All right. And yes, as Mac84 says, don't forget to hit that like button, especially if this goes boom, because I might not be back. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay. No explosions. That's a very good sign. That is a very good sign. All right. So, it doesn't mean we're going to work. It means that we didn't have any explosions. All right, so let's go now. Let's get our voltmeter. we'll go to volts mode, volts DC, and gonna just set that, our ground over here. No explosion. All right, I forget what the pinout is, but one of these should say 5 volts, and that would be our 5 volt standby. There we go. We got our 5 volt standby. So that's good. That's good. All right, so we'll power that off and we'll stick this in this machine. So that's always a good first step when you put one of these back together. Make sure you're I guess in the Mac world, people will often call that the trickle voltage. I call it the 5 volt standby because that's what we call it in the PC world. Gut bomb heard a noise, got me all freaked out. Okay, so let's slap our logic board in here. Ooh, I was thinking about the RAM that we're gonna put in this thing. Where'd our logic board go? Did we just have a logic board? I swear we had a logic board around here somewhere. Where did I put you, logic board? So one of the things that I find kind of commonly in IISis, I mean, I've only done, I guess, 5 or 6 IISis now. I find 2 megabyte sims for some reason. I don't know what it is about IISis, but they seem to love 2 megabyte sims. So we're gonna do some 2 megabyte sim action for this guy. I swear I just had the logic board out. Where did you go, logic board? Oh my God. Steve, is this one of your streams? Where did I put the logic board? Oh, I left it outside. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. I left it outside to dry. I forget why. Oh, I had alcohol on it. One moment. Let me give you my away message. Thank you. III DIY. All right, we are back. All right, no, the board does not have bug pee on it. I was just drying it because I cleaned it off a little bit. Brian Garefort, I'm disappointed in you. You missed that I missed putting those 2 caps on last week. Actually, let's not put these on until we make sure that the board doesn't explode. Normally, Brian Garefort is my quality control. He finds stuff that I screw up. And tells me about it, but he missed that I missed something. All right, these things were gross. I polished them up, so that's good. So let's slap this down in here. There we go. And this kind of sits in here somewhere and does a thing. There's like a whole little routing slot for it. Well, you did mention that you were working on a IISi, didn't you, Sloopy? Oh, this goes all the way up there. Okay, that goes there like that. Let's put you down in here. We're gonna wait to put in the RAM until hopefully this is dried enough by now. And when we do this, oh, look at that, it basically went right back into place, so that's good. All right, let's do this with the power open. Let's leave this open in case it explodes. Oh, we gotta do the fan. I forget, one of these fans was not working. Let's check our fans. So it helps to take these all apart. We're done with the drill. Can set you over here. Let's grab some 12 volts and see which one of these is not working. This one doesn't have a cover on it. Let's see, this one. 12 volts here. Hello, Pennyman MX. You expect chimes of death? Well, it worked last week. I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to work this week. Don't put your fingers in there. Doesn't sound great. But whatever. We can't expect it to sound perfect. We want it to sound used and loved. Considering where we were coming from with this guy, this is in really good shape. All right, let's put that back in. These are held in with a couple of screws. This was just so caked with nastiness. You can probably see it in one of the previous episodes. Okay, and these just have little tabs that let you slide them in and out. I think this is proper orientation. Should we double check with a more different computer? Oh, those are dirty. Let's polish those up. This little eraser rubber, abrasive rubber thing that we use for a lot around here. Okay, and then this goes down. Go past these little tabs, it makes it a little easier. Slide it back and then go straight down, and that should theoretically be okay. Yeah, the contact thing can be a little dirty. I do use a little fiberglass pencil to clean that up a little bit. Okay, all right. Now, the issue is that I don't, yeah, my fancy power switch dealy here doesn't fit down inside the thing. So we're gonna have to just send it. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Well, boom. Wow. Okay. That's toast. Wow. Dang, bro. Good thing I left that open. That's good TV. Glad thing I didn't plug in these the 2 meg Sims. I could have fried my Sims. Okay, let me show you. We had an explosion. There's this guy. It's totally separated down in there. You got to be careful with this. We just applied electric to it, so there's a good chance that some of these caps have accumulated a little bit of juice. Okay, let's take this apart. Gut Bomb's pants are now as brown as this computer used to be. All right, be very careful with this. Seriously, this is something you want to be very careful with. So we're gonna take this out, put those back there like that. So this might be the same component that Doug Brown mentions explodes on his sometimes. Now we gotta take all this junk off. The power supply is burnt toast like the Cowboys defense. Thank you, I803866SX, for an excellent football reference. I appreciate it. All right. Especially a football reference that hates on the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, so we're going to be very careful not touch the bottom of this, just in case there's some power that got built up in it, those primary caps. Let's check that real quick. All right, so one thing, there's no like scorch marks down here, so that's something. Let's check our primary caps, make sure we're not going to hurt ourselves any more than we normally hurt ourselves. Nope, that looks fine. All right, not sure if I'm going to be able to take, well, I'll be able to pull the component out. All right, yeah, let's heat up the Moo gun real quick. So it's, yeah, see this guy? Yeah, no, you cannot see that guy. Come on. Down in here, this thing is now 2 pieces. We'll be able to take that off. It looks like Q101 might be the component bit. So I don't know. I did notice that this resistor was in really bad shape. Look at the coating. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I decided to send it anyway. This thermal compound is not conductive, so that doesn't have anything to do with it. This is multiple pieces now. So it's this thing. K1402A. There we go. That exploded. Now, why did that explode? Is it because of that resistor that's dead? Ah, Garth had the same explosion. Now, if we could all just figure out why we're having that explosion. I don't know if that's the same one that Doug Brown mentions explodes on his. Hey, Carthor. Yeah, no, this is fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. I did measure that resistor, even though it looked real crappy. Although, I did notice just now that this one also looks crappy, with the stuff flaking off of there. I don't know. Should we try to blow up another one? I kind of want to check my system now, just real quick, to make sure that we didn't destroy the logic board. We'll give it a good power supply. Do you really have to ask? Y'all are great. You know that? Yeah, we got a whole other one to destroy here. So why the heck not? That resistor down there looks sketchy as heck. Yeah. This one looks good though. This one looks fine. Oh, this thing was messed up. That's also a thing. Yeah, I forgot about that mess. Oh, yeah. You looking up the part, Steve? All right, let's see if we destroyed the logic board in that ball of fire. We'll use, this is like a 2CI power supply with a little extension dealy. Goes like that. Okay. Gotta keep our hand away on this one, just in case. Maybe I did screw up something on the logic board. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, let's. Make sure everything's in frame. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yay, we didn't destroy the logic board. It's clicking way too many times. Whatever. Let's see. Let's make sure we got video coming out. Stupid 2SI PSUs. That is correct, Garth. Is our fan working at least? Nope. Okay. We got video, we got mouse. So we're good. Our board is fine. We didn't destroy our board. Thank Jeebus. Thank Jeebus. All right, shut you off. Set you down here. Oh, we'll be back for you. All right. So now we gotta, oh shoot, we need the hot air dealy. So I know I don't have a component to repair this one. So we're gonna just set that aside. We're gonna take this one back off. David Starbuck, you had to step away for a minute. We had a pretty substantial explosion. Okay, so somewhere over here. Oh God. Yeah, I haven't cleaned this up. Yeah, that should probably get cleaned up. That's all right. Let's actually. All right, I have ideas. Let's take that guy off of this one that exploded. The earth-shattering kaboom. Ooh, Cal got excited there. Might test these components and see. What else? Is there anything else we need to take off of this one? No. Wonder. See, that was in the secondary side, so theoretically our fuses shouldn't have blown. Yeah, normally you only get a fuse explosion when the primary side has an issue. There was something over here that was not happy. Let's check the resistance on that little resistor right here, since it looks kind of scarfy. The blue one, 0.6. That's saying 0 ohms. That's also saying 0 ohms. Okay. Is R251 supposed to be 0 ohms? I can't tell what the first stripe is. Second stripe is red, third stripe is brown, and then there's a gold. Okay. Oh, now I gotta go find my map, my capacitor map for this guy. Well, I guess I got capacitors over here. All right, sorry folks, didn't want this to turn into a full-on recapping stream, but you never know how life is gonna go. All right, so let's refer to our old friend Bruce Rain's website, DEUCEsi power supply recap. Oh, I'm getting thermal compound everywhere. Oh, it's just getting everywhere. Okay. Oh, it's on my keyboard now. It's in my raccoon wounds. All right, so recapamac.com.au. Always check out that site if you need any recapping info. Such good stuff there. Oh, so I wanted to check this dealer, right? Where is my little component tester jobby? Got one of these. Need another lead. Somewhere I should have another lead. This is very technical. Oh my gosh, there's thermal compound everywhere. Thank you, socket wedge. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna see if these guys are any good. What did I say earlier about don't do anything that you see me do? I think this helps. This sort of reinforces that idea. Just never do anything that you see me do. So we'll put you in the middle. And you over here. Let's see if that's a thing. Shows us two diodes, 503 and 503. So what does this one say? Two diodes, 506, 506. All right, so those are both pretty good. Even though this one looks scarfy, I think we're gonna use this guy since that's a little less scarfy. This, what's the part say? 10DL2CZ. This one says the exact same thing. So hopefully that is testing. It's not reading as a direct short or anything like that, so that's good. It's telling us that there's something functional is in there. Okay, caps. I really wish that thing had worked. Didn't want an explosion. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, 2200. So these are supposed to be 6.3 volts according to Bruce, but we're gonna go with some 16s because that's, I'm out of 6.3s right now. So it's this one. Okay, make sure I don't put anything in the wrong way. One and that one. Uh-oh. Oh, it looks like I covered that up with solder. Okay. When I was polishing this all up, I filled that up with solder. There we go. Now it's free. That one. That one. Where's a big solder? So what all those other people working on today? Everyone working on IIsi's today. Ian Scott's got to mow the grass. did some of that this week. Still have more to grow. There's always more grass to mow. Yay, Steve. We need a Steve VCF Midwest video. 4.7 microfarad, 400 volts. Yeah, that one's in there. So this guy is a 56 microfarad. This one, 56 microfarads. Like, what the heck? What kind of thing is a 56 microfarad? That's not a value that people normally use. Okay, that one's done. Let's put, not you, because you look kind of gross. You look slightly less gross, so let's put you back in here. Hey, it's Jack 68K. Yeah, if you just showed up, you missed an explosion. Oh, the little thing down there says 2 diodes. So that's what this is. So that tested right. So that's good. At least we know something. We had an explosion, Jack. You missed the explosion. So we're going to power supply number 2 now to see if this one explodes. Check to make sure that's not shorted. There's some gross stuff happening here. That's on the thing that exploded on our last go round. Hello, not sure. Good, you're doing good work here by watching this at work. All right, what else do we got? We got more caps to throw at this. 1200 microfarads, 16 volts. 1200 microfarads, 16 volts. And we're gonna need 2 of those. Oh, we're gonna need more of the 2200 microfarads. So many caps, so many caps here. All right, what are you? Bloop. 1200 microfarads, 16 volts. 1200 microfarads, 16 volts. Hey. Oh, I covered up the hole. There it goes. He went back and found it. things are so bad. So bad. Okay. That's some more of it. That's some more of it. Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop. Now what do I need? Transistor on an auto-inject floppy drive. That's interesting. I broke one of those this week because I let the floppy drive touch metal. It seemed to not like that. What do we need? 220 microfarad, 16 volts, 220, 16. Got a couple of those here. You're on a roll today, I803866SX. Those two guys. Yeah, that's what happens when you insert a 5 1/4 in. Speaking of big floppies, how's that for a transition? I put out a short this week showing off the what the heck did I get? A TRS-80 Model 2. And it has a functioning 8-inch floppy drive, which was very cool to see it actually work. Gut Bomb, yes, this solder spool is probably older than you, my friend. Okay, what are these guys? 47 microfarad, 25 volts. Don't have a 47 microfarad, 25 volt. Let's throw the 56 at it. That'll be fine. That's fine. That's supposed to be 47. Let's just use one of these 56ers since they don't get used for anything else. And we need 100 microfarad, 25 volt. 100 microfarad, 25 volt. Yeah. This came from my dad. Just like Chungus iron was my dad's iron. one of the things you gotta watch when you work on these is that from all the gunk going down inside the holes, if you happen to touch any of those solder joints, a lot of times they just blow the solder away and they don't connect to anything anymore. So I'm just going and taking a look at things as I'm going here, just to make sure that things are still touching what they're supposed to be touching. Is my head in the way? Okay. All right, I think we're good there. What is this? Little bits of solder. All right. One thing that, that's weird. So let's look at, well, nah, let's just go with it. Let's just go with it. Do we have all the bits in here that used to be in here? I'm just double checking to make sure I didn't solder those resistors or the capacitors on the wrong way. We're good to go. Sure, that all looks nice. Okay. How long have we been going? Oh gosh, an hour and a half. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I still want to triage those Mac Classics. That's always good content. As soon as we see if this explodes. If this explodes, then we'll just take those apart. Okay. Got all these on there. Got nothing really sticking out the bottom. Oh, you are sad. Power supply, explodey power supply. All right, let's see if we remember how to put this all back together. Oh, nope, look, we already made a mistake. You gotta put this in there first. Put that back down in there. You can kind of force that through there. Eh. Hey, John Little. Okay. All right. Bloop. Come on. There we go. All right. So here, where did all our screws go? So if you're just joining us, we exploded a power supply, and we're going to the backup power supply now. See if we explode that one. And I have thermal compound all over me. feel better about my explosion though, because Garth said that he exploded one in exactly the same way. And if Garth is exploding things, you know it's none of our faults, because Garth knows his stuff. And I'm pretty sure that's the exact thing that exploded on Doug Brown's power supply. So, we'll see. All right, so there's enough thermal compound in there that we don't need to do this again. But we got our little bracket dealy. Put it in our tab. Put this screw, the really long screw. Crank that over. Nice. Now this little guy up here with a nut. Okay, okay. We all ready? I80386SX, did you find a Facebook ad for 20 3D printers? All right, got to do our first test with the safety switch. Okay, electricity off, plugging in. Okay, here we go. Take two. 3, 2, 1. Okay, no explosion. Let's turn this over and grab our voltmeter. And here, let's check our 5 volt. Oh, got to turn that on. Should put that in frame. Let's look for a 5 volt standby. There it is, 5 volt standby. Okay, so that's about as good as that's gonna be. Well, that's always the first step. You gotta check it first, like this. And I think, I think this time I might use my little extension jobby. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything will be fine. Will everything be fine? I don't know if things will ever be fine again. That was quite the explosion. All right, let's plug in our juice. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, well, that was interesting. Very different situation. Oh, it's slightly out of frame. It went into protection mode. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Garth did that too before it exploded. All right, super. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this power supply mess today. I'll have to do a little bit more diagnosing here and figure this out. Well, that's sad, but I still want to go through those. I'm glad that this one protected itself instead of exploding. That's kind of nice. I really don't feel like taking that apart again right now. Both of my exploding units did that before kaboom. Great, great. So what you're all saying is that we are facing an inevitable kaboom. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna futz around with that more. What do you say we look and see how gross a couple of classics are, and then end this. Oh, they were compact LTE 286. Just a reminder that we did have something a little nice. Boop. Oh, there we go. Okay. Just to remind you all what this guy looked like before. Where was it? There. That's what that looked like. There was me with it. Look how happy I was. Look how brown it was. It was so brown. And now it's happy. At least the case is happy. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. All right, so the reason I really want to do these classics is because I'm running out of sunlight, and I want to get these retrobrighted. So up here in New England, our sunlight gets a little weak. Oh, sorry. So you can still retrobright, but it's just it takes a while. So as you all know, I love the Macintosh Classic. Yeah, theoretically you could purchase some sort of brand new power supply for it. For Macs, it's a little bit more complicated because the startup circuit's a little wonky, but yes, it theoretically is possible. All right, let's see what's hiding for us inside of these things. So I bought these from a guy who said that he bought them, I think he said decades ago, in the hopes of repairing them, and that recently he saw a Jeff Geerling video and he was like, there is no way I'll be able to do that, which is kind of funny because Jeff recently put out the video. Yes, I will not be buying one of the ones that are commercially available for the IIsi. I'll just leave it at that. Garth loves classics. So how much do you think I paid for these two classics? Ugh, okay. Well, condition, this one is actually in reasonable color, but the front is kind of yellow. Overall condition's very good. There's some kind of little thing. Garth says $200 each. Oh, all right. So before I even pop this out, this is not typically a good sign when you see some junk there and you see some juice happening here. But you never know. What do we got on this side? All right, so the memory expansion board is there, which is good. No corrosion on this side, so that's good. The screen does not look like there's much in the way of burn-in. It's dirty. It's dirty, but that's not bad. All right, let's unplug these guys. Unplug this guy. Unplug this guy. Let's get the neck board off of here so I don't break that. Oh, that's not bad at all. Got a battery, took the battery off. People can relax. There's some gunk in there, but this is not bad at all. That'll clean up real nice. Good, 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 good. Oh, the juicy other bit is juicy. Let's see here. Let's grab our other screwdriver. Gutbomb says, put the battery back in for fun. I need a silly sound to make. Isn't that what you're supposed to do when someone does a super chat? Cha-cha-cha. Something like that. Shouldn't we do one of those? Thank you for the super chat, Gutbomb. That's very nice of you. This one of these two is going to you, so, you know. Oh, well, no. Okay, yeah, no, that's the original drive. What was I going to say? I forgot. I forgot already what I was going to say. Find the worst one. Yeah, I went through my compact Mac collection, and I only had one. I thought I had more, but I only had one classic, and it's the one that I upgraded the CPU on to the 68030, and so I didn't have an original, so I was required to purchase this for you. All right, so let's take a look at our logic board. I think that was a bug or a mouse poop, one or the other, that just fell out. Look at this. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Steve, ha-cha-cha-cha. Maybe, I don't think that's going to stick. I don't like that. Please don't send me a sad classic, lol. Like, look at that. I like when you can still see the juice flowing. It's so juicy. It's juicy. So this one's fresh. This one's real fresh. All right, so we got a nice logic board, and this is actually not bad. It's leaky, but it's not super corroded. Let's pull off the back thing. It's so juicy. For me, the super chat noise would be a sad Mac chime. That would make sense. clink clank? No, I don't think so. Oh, look at that. This is like a dirty urinal back here. Wow, the back looked worse than the front. That's impressive. Yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. I don't think I've ever seen it that color. Jack 68K with the super chat. Oh, it's like tar. Oh, that's disgusting. It's so juicy. Oh, man. Oh, look at the colors. Look at the colors. Oof. Thank you, Jack68K, for the super chat. That's very kind. It's so juicy. I803866SX for the super chat. 19 for Money Fight. Garth throwing in the 666 super chat. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, okay. All right. Well, this is fun. This will be fun to clean up. All right. So, I'm not even gonna put that back in. We're gonna toss you in here. Well, this is kind of weird. I wasn't gonna pull the hard drive out, but the hard drive has juice on it. I don't think I've ever seen one that has a juicy hard drive. What the heck is going on, bro? Look at that. Look at that. It shot its cap load all the way over here. Wow. That's impressive. He was like, do you want me to plug him in? I was like, no, don't plug him in. Ugh. Yeah. I don't think well, it could be the rubber bumper goo. That is that side of the drive, but that's the direction that yeah. Okay. I'm gonna set you aside. I'm gonna need a minute. What a mess. I'm gonna put this back in here so we don't put undue stress on the case while the CRT is still installed. Come on, go backwards. So I have so many compact Macs disassembled right now because I'm trying to get all the cases retrobrighted before the sun makes its disappearance from New England. So I think we might have to do a stream where I just see how many compact Macs of all sorts I can repair in one stream or rebuild in one stream. Hey, all things DG. Real British money. Wow, thank you. All right, so that's one of two. I still haven't seen any guesses as to how much I think Gar said $200, but that was obviously not a real guess. What do folks think? What do folks, oh, this case, this one is more, oh no, this side is yellow or orange. The front is actually looks better. It's more beige in the screen than here. But this side is very yellow. It's the camera is auto balancing. Oh, there we go. I8038. Oh my gosh, I said it so correctly the first couple of times. I803866XX with a very good guess. It was $25 for the pair. I was like, I can't pass that up. I have to get them for Gut Bomb. This screw feels crusty. And I think I heard some stuff floating around in there. Oh, yep, okay. So this is not good. There's actually rust on that screw. So that might be giving us a hint as to something that's happening in this one. The other one might be the best of the pair. But the back is not bad, right? Normally when things get real bad, these are gonna all corrode. It's okay, Bacchus. I appreciate the thought. Please don't donate money. We're good. We're good. Ugh. You know, it would be great if folks could hit the like button. That would be swell. I appreciate that. I appreciate the super chats as well. It's very nice. You all didn't have to do that, but it was funny. Yeah, hit the like button. That would be swell. Okay, let's crack you open. Oh God. There we go. Oh, there's rust coming out of it. I don't know if you can see down here, there's rust. Oh, this isn't gonna be good, I feel. Ugh. But it's not like leaking, right? We've had systems before that were leaking. Oh, can you hear this? Ugh. Oh, I hear stuff falling. That's never a good sign. But it's not leaking out the sides. We've seen them leak before. Mm. Oh, man. Oh, this one's gonna be bad. Oh, this is gonna be so bad. Look at this. We can already see this is bad. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, this is not good. So let's look inside the case first. Look at it. That's all bits. That's all bits. Gar says, might be battery bombed. Might. Yep, just maybe. Possibly. Oof. Yeah, we might send this one for Trina. Ugh. Okay. Okay. We'll all be okay. Wow. This is impressive. This is really impressive. Okay, so what do we got? Oh, hey, there's the battery holder. It's a Maxell. Ugh. Okay, we've got our thing. That's fine. That's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Oh, today wasn't good. Today was not good. But the CRT is spotless. This is why when the guy was like, do you want me to plug them in? I immediately was like, no! No, he was a nice guy. He was a nice guy. Oh, this is like welded. Hey, Mr. Tech Gadget, hello. Yeah, look, this, oh. Yeah, we got issues here. We got stuff coming through the PCB. But the case is welded. Look, I'm touching this without gloves. Don't do this. Look at that. Look at that. So this is actually better than the first Classic I ever worked on. Oh, maybe not. Oh, okay, come on. I knew Gut Bomb was going to give me something about the not wearing gloves. Okay. Yeah, this is welded itself onto the case. I'm gonna use this. Oh, there's some bad stuff. I see bad stuff in there. I wish I didn't look. Just layers upon layers coming off of this. Ooh, okay, there's some of the case. There we go. We're free. We're free. Just, oh, wow. Oh. Oofa. Wow. Wow. Look at this cap. Yes, my hands are being protected by thermal paste. Look at that. Look at that guy. I think the CMOS chip might be gone, or the real-time clock chip. That might not have survived. Luckily, we have a spare processor around. Oh, things. Oh no, did it cover up the signatures in the case? Oh, that's good. Yeah, look, the crystal's probably fine. Our two diodes are hanging out there. I'm sure they're gonna fall off in the ultrasonic. Oof, what a mess. At least the cap didn't leak too bad. They did. Oh, yeah, they did. Look, you can see on the SCSI chip. Blue on the SCSI chip. This is a bad one. Well, that's fun. That's fun. All right, let's pull this out. I can't go too much longer. I need to wash my hands. You know it's bad when I need to wash my hands. If you combine the two classics, it makes a color classic. No, that's not how that works, unfortunately. The signatures are embarrassed and hiding. Okay. Yeah, actually the CRT looks really nice in this one. Okay, let's take... Oh, man. Hey, Matt Hargett. Let's take the neck. I should have left this. I shouldn't have had the stuff on the shirt. You can't get the full effect of all the gross. Okay, that's off. That's all off. Unplug the yoke. Yeah, it looks like the SCSI cable's fine. Oh, this is welded. So, I might have overpaid. Jack 60K says battery bomb classics are worth at least $500. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's pretty well welded on there. Let me show you what's underneath. Well, parts. Okay. So that's all under here. We got just layers of metal flaking off. That is something. A classic for $800. Yeah, people are something, man. All right, well, I think we're gonna get this one working. Because you know what? Even the lowly classic deserves to get repaired. Yeah, look at just the chunks coming off of that. All right, I'm gonna have to hit that with some WD-40 to loosen it up, because basically I'm not gonna be able to show you, I don't think, but if we look down in here, that metal bracket is basically rust welded itself to the chassis. So I'm gonna have to let that soak with some WD-40. Yeah, there's not much metal left in the bracket. This side of it's pretty nice. There's so many parts coming off. The CRT looks pretty good. We're not setting that there. I'm gonna set you on the ground. Oh God, this is bad. I forgot how bad this was. Let's dump all this out so you can see my sorrow. She's dead, John. No, not sure. I don't believe you. Look at this. Look at these chunks. They're so chunky. This'll polish right out. Look at I love when the stuff kind of bubbles. Oof. Oh God. So yeah, that's what we were working with here. Oh, we forgot to check our voltage. No, I can't. It's under a pile of stuff. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the other battery has no voltage. Okay, well, I think the battery holder has an eject mechanism when it detects a leak. I mean, it's just so epic. This is special. I might need to like encase this in lucite or something just to preserve it. keep it in a jar. Excuse me. Well, my voice held out, so that was something. All right, we need to get out of here. This was just too much fun. Oh my God, we exploded a MOSFET or some shit. We saw a really crusty Mac Classic. I think that's gonna be it for today. I want to thank you all for hanging out today. If you could hit like, that would be pretty swell. I got to thank all my patrons. So, my Janka crew, Matt Hargett, Gut Bomb, Garth Beagle, Brian Garford, David Starbuck, Ian Scott, Jamie's Hack Shack, All Things DG, Chris Angelis, Tech Ambrosia, Scout, Jack68K, Y'all Rock, my Jank team, Hardware Hacker, Mark Kruger, III DIY, Charles Bullock, Dave's Vintage Apple Tech, and Mark of Millennium Max. Thank you all so much for saying you want to give me money. That is very swell and sweet, and I very much appreciate it. Thank you for all the super chats today. That was ridiculous. You all are amazing. If you could hit the like button, that would be swell. As always, I appreciate the heck out of all of you. And as we say here at the Big Bad Bench, if you're a Trumper, go F yourself. Bye, y'all.